What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sang, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Address the Comments. Just real quick, to do a quick announcement. I know I did the post stating I wasn't having the church Sunday videos yesterday, and I was going to explain today why that was. It's not going to be in this video. It's going to be in the video right after this. Just letting y'all know so you don't think the announcement's going to be in this video on why I didn't put the content up yesterday. Also, second quick announcement. I did have to ban somebody from the channel for like the first time ever. I'm going to be real with y'all. I done said this before. I know it's people, we're all not going to agree with each other, especially with a lot of the videos I have up. And if you guys want like civil back and forth, that's cool. Once you cross that line where you are so triggered by something somebody says and they get a piece and they are respectful, then you come back and you still triggered, and then they leave you alone, and then you keep coming back hours later and you keep harping on it and nobody is responding to you, and then you start tagging me talking about, see, they're a clown. It's like, yo, you're kind of crazy. You got to get up out of here. I just urge y'all not to do that. Okay? Like I said, we all not going to agree with each other. We're all adults. I'm assuming we're all adults, especially based on my analytics. Most of us are adults here. You can have that civil discourse back and forth, debate, be like, no, you're wrong, I think blah, blah, I don't care. But once you go to crazy land, I'm going to have to get you up out of here while I still have control of that. Because, once I get a little bit too big, as I keep growing, I'm not going to be able to get every person up out of here. But just let y'all know as we move forward, I did have to get somebody up out of here. But let's go ahead and get into these comments. All right, the first comment is from the Kanye West Yay Anti-Semitism Not Anti-Zionism video. This is actually kind of long, but figure I'd read it out anyways. It says, nah, if you are anti-Zionist, they've always called you anti-Semitic regardless. That was never going to change. This guy's trying to blame Ye for that is being disingenuous. This is their tactic and have always been their tactic and will always be their tactic. This is how they control people. They make them afraid to speak against them. Just stop being afraid to speak and their labels mean nothing. If anything, Ye has made it possible for people to have these conversations. I see what Ye is doing as a net positive, even if it seems like a negative in the present. Also, loving everyone is good, including Hitler. That's the Christian worldview. Love everyone. Hate the sin, but love the sinner. In that same interview, Ye said he loves everyone, including Jewish people. Even the Jewish people that have done him personally wrong, he loves everyone. The reason why they don't make up a larger number of the population is because the religion isn't a universal religion. They are incredibly exclusive when it comes to their religion. Converting to Judaism and being accepted as a Jew is practically unheard of. They are a people that believe Jews have to be bloodline. They have a supremacy ideology which sees Jewish people as the chosen people of God and everyone else as being goyim and less than. Mixing with goyim is frowned upon. This is unlike other Abrahamic religions. Anyone can be a Christian. Anyone can be a Muslim. Bloodline is irrelevant. These are universal religions. That's why they've been able to grow to such large religions. They don't exclude people based on their bloodline. If Christianity and Islam were as exclusive, their numbers would still be in the millions too. Judaism is an incredibly racist ideology. Ugh. Okay, well, let's get into it. So the first part where you guys are talking about if you're anti-Zionist, they've always claimed you're anti-Semitic regardless. I said in that video, the whole reason I did the response video to this is because the guy who did the video, Professor G, he left a comment on one of the Kanye recap interview videos, and he explained why Zionism and anti-Zionism and anti-Semitic were different, right? And I think I read his comment in the last Let's Address the Comments video. And so I put the video up, I think it was Friday, it went up. So my whole thing to tell him, I was like, I'm not versed enough in that, in anti-Zionism and whatever, to know what the main differences are. So really his video was just a breakdown on what it is because he is a Jewish lawyer. And I was just like, all right, cool. You did a nice little thorough breakdown. I did get some comments on this video of people that weren't with that. But this is the longest one. That's why I wanted to do that. The whole, this is how they control people narrative. it sounds like you're one of the people that think Jews control everything, like everything. And while there is the list that is public knowledge, that yes, most of the people in entertainment and Hollywood and sports, all of that, right? The head honchos at those labels and firms are people of Jewish descent. So when you say most of Hollywood is Jewish ran and most of these media publications are Jewish ran, you're not wrong, because the head people in charge are Jewish. But to say like they run everything in the whole world, that's a whole nother rabbit hole of conspiracy you would like go down. And trust me, I've went down that rabbit hole before, because like my whole thing is like learning. So somebody says something, and this is well before I started doing all these videos. This was like years ago. I had a whole other YouTube channel where somebody saw that Star David necklace I showed in one of the videos. I had it around my neck. Video had nothing to do with me being Jewish, but a lot of the people that left comments saw that, and they were just like, I heard every Jew conspiracy theory in the world. Apparently, I controlled the weather at the time. I'm a shape-shifting reptilian, and I own all the money in the world. I don't, by the way. But they put it on everybody. So it sounds crazy. I've also been down that rabbit hole myself just to see what people were talking about, and it's insane. But are there certain people in power in the media? Sure, there is. We all could look that up. Are all of us in power? No. Not to the degree that people think we are, which is pretty crazy, if you ask me. Now, the whole Ye loves everybody, I talked about that in one of the Kanye videos I've done. He does say that. He does say everybody. He does the long list of everybody that he loves, which is the Christian worldview. But the media clips that. So the media is not going to tell you the list. And I think I said that in this video too. They're not going to tell you the list of everybody he loves, right? They're just going to be like, well, he said he loves Hitler and Nazis. It's like, well, he also said he loves Jews, and he loves Zionists, and he loves anti-Zionists, and he loves he loves the doctor that killed his mom. He loves the doctors that don't kill anybody. He's like, it's just a super long list of what he likes and what he doesn't like to get the point across. But Hitler was obviously tossed in there. So no, like nobody's gonna understand that because nobody watched the interview. And so it's all you're hearing is what the media says. So it's a crazy thing to just hear. It's like, oh, he loves Hitler and Nazis. That's wild. And then I also think in this video when I mentioned him denying the Holocaust, it's like, my man, that happened though. So you can't deny the Holocaust. I think with the whole thing people argue about is the numbers. They want to know what the actual true numbers are. And I don't think that really matters at the end of the day, where it's like, well, how many Jews actually got slaughtered? To me, millions of people got slaughtered regardless. I don't really think that matters. Now, if you want to really play the numbers game and be like, well, that decimated a certain amount of people, I could play the numbers game with slavery with black people too. And I could just be like, well, we lost more black people coming over in the boats before they even reached mainland, if we want to play a numbers game. But it's all wrong regardless, so who cares? That's how I'm viewing it. Like, all this stuff happened and it was all wrong and it was all bad, right? Getting into the population numbers, where it's like it's very hard to be a Jew, and converting to Judaism and being accepted as Jew is practically unheard of. I don't know who told you that, but you can convert and be accepted. There's a billionaire list out. I know Forbes isn't accurate all the time with their list, but the top 15 billionaires in the world according to Forbes, what is it? It was like 9 or 10. Most of the list was Jewish, right? Yet, out of the number on there that was Jewish, I think 1 or 2 of them converted. So, like, it's not like they were born into that. They converted at some point in life, and they're easily accepted. Now, if you want to start going down that conspiracy rabbit hole path and be like, well, they're only accepted because they're billionaires, that's on you at that point. But I'm just telling you, anybody can convert over and be accepted. You don't have to be born. I'm telling you right now, you don't have to be born. But with that said, to say that they won't accept you unless a bloodline, I have gotten comments from Jewish people on my videos that have stated that if there is no bloodline, they will not accept you. So while there is a group of Jews that won't accept you if you can't prove your bloodline and lineage to them, which I think is insane. That's crazy. But then there's other Jews that will. So that really depends who you talk to at that point. But yeah, I don't think it's just based on that alone. Anybody can convert over to Judaism and be accepted by most Jews. just letting you know. All right, our next comment is from the Kanye Ye West with Gavin McInnes recap video. This is somehow still getting views. This is wild. I think I have like 2,000 and some views on this video right now. Like I said, he keeps doing interviews with banned people. So I guess people trying to get whatever they can get to figure out what happened in these interviews. This is why I do the recap videos. Because people are going to be looking for it. This person says, I don't live in the U.S., but since some say Jays control the media, so they're talking about Jewish people, others say it's just a conspiracy theory. Can't somebody fact check it if it's true or not? That would end that once and for all. So basically what I said with the last comment, you can fact check it. You can literally see who's in charge at all these who's the head honcho, who's the CEO, who's, calls all the shots, all of that. And most of them in media and entertainment are of Jewish descent. Anybody can go look that up. Now, why it's wrong to say that, I have no idea. But you can go look that up. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's only a conspiracy theory once you start adding everything else to it. So when he said the banks, the malls, he started going that route with it. It's like, the malls? Yay, the malls? Like, who cares if anybody owns the mall? They're going out of business anyways. It's all digital at this point. Like, if ain't nobody going to the mall, they're going to Amazon. Like, that doesn't matter anymore. All right, our next comment is actually from one of my more recent videos this week. It's called The Christian Woman Refused to Have Sex with Her Husband video. And the comment says, I was morbidly obese by the time I was 12. I had zero confidence. So I was never going to be the type that ended up with the body count. As a 22-year-old, I'm so glad that happened, because if I had looked back on my youth and I had made all those mistakes, I would feel awful about myself and my actions. But the flip side to that, I am 22 years old and I've never been on a date. I don't know how to flirt. And I have all these grand ideas about getting married and having kids, but I'm missing the step where I know how to get a man in the first place. Okay. I'll give you my own personal advice. Okay. Why did that randomly fall on its own? Hold on, before we get into the answers. Yo, this randomly just fell on its own. Alright, I don't know what's going on over here. I'm gonna hold it now though, so some wanna pop off. I already got it. But no, back to your question. So I too don't have a body count. I've only been with one person my whole life, and that is my boyfriend. And we are high school sweethearts, right? So my body count 1. I would say just be you. I know you said you're 22. There's this societal pressure to be like, oh, if you ain't done something by a certain age, you're a virgin, that doesn't look good. You are a woman. And I'm assuming, because you said you've never been on a date or anything, you don't have a body count. I'm going to assume you're a virgin. And in the eyes of men that really want that traditional woman with the low body count and all that, you are looking great in their eyes right now. I'm just telling you. I know you said you were morbidly obese at one point, so I don't know where you are on the health chart wise, but I would just say make sure you're healthy. You don't have to be my size, but you also shouldn't be like the size of a male like football player, like a defensive tackle. Like, you shouldn't be that big either, because that's the only reason I'm saying that's pushing on the unhealthy side of things, because my dad was unhealthy, and what you have to realize, you may not care, but once you want to get in a relationship with somebody, your health problems, if they really care about you, start becoming their issues as well. And when I was growing up, because my dad had health issues my whole life, due to him being bigger, we lived in the hospital a lot, and it was annoying. There was a lot of things he couldn't do, and it just depends, you know? Like I said, you don't have to be fit like me, but I just be healthy enough where, like, if you guys wanted to just go out and enjoy life, you can do that without the heavy breathing and, sitting down every 2 minutes because you can't walk far distances. Like, wouldn't it be nice if y'all could just travel somewhere and y'all explore the town and you're not tired after like 5 minutes? So just be healthy enough for that. And lean into your femininity. I would say that. Now, what I'm saying is, I like shooting guns and stuff. That's not going to stop me from doing these things. But when you are with your spouse, how women, nurturing, loving, caring, all of that, men love that. That's just really what, like, I know I've been with one person my whole life, but randomly, like, people will come to you and flirt and stuff after a while, and it's you turn them down, obviously, if you're in a relationship. But in your case, you have that turned up and on. You're gonna be like, yeah, you want to lean into that. You know what I'm saying? And I think the biggest takeaway is, who in your life is married and has been married for a while? Ask them. Just be like, hey, what did you do to find this person? What did y'all do when y'all got together? How did this happen? Like, I would just talk to them for advice, honestly. Like, a lot of these podcasts online, you're going to get the worst advice in the world. It don't matter if it comes out of a man's mouth or a woman's mouth. You probably going to get some horrible advice from either side, right? What do we get? We're going to use Fresh and Fit as an example. We want our women to be XYZ, but once you're with us, you have to allow us to sleep with all the women in the world, but you better not sleep with anybody, because that's cheating, and that's wrong. It's like, bro, that's cheating on both ends. That's wrong on both ends. Then what? The female podcast. I don't need a man for nothing. I do whatever I want. Like, with that also said, he better be 6'5", tons of money, big D, like 6-pack of abs, and he better have the whitest smile in the room, and everybody better love him, and he better be a 10 on 10 out the chart, even though I look like a 5. It's like, yo, that's crazy. What do you, like, they'll have this long list of what this guy should look like and everything, and they themselves, like, that guy wouldn't want them, realistically speaking. So ask people in your life that are successfully married, okay? Because it seemed like the podcast, if you got to be a high value dude, or you got to be boss babe that don't know how to get the man. It's all over the place and it's crazy, but you'll be all right. You'll only 22. Now, if you was Skippy, I don't know if you know who Skippy is, but if you wrote this comment and you was in your 40s talking like this, I'd be like, yo, we have an emergency right now. We got to figure out how to get you together, but you 22, you all right. You got time. All right, this is from the What Do 5,000 Rabbis Think About Yay video. And it says, you haven't had my Bubby's gefilte fish saying, you crazy, it's delicious. In the beginning of that video, one of the rabbis, he listed off a bunch of food, and then while listing it off, he threw gefilte fish in there. All the food sounded great. I actually had all the food before he was talking about, but I don't like gefilte fish. So you're right, I never had Joe Bubby's gefilte fish. I had it's from Manischewitz. I've had theirs. I do not care for it. It's horrible. And then there's a Jewish deli not that far from me that I've been going to my whole life. And I finally bit the bullet like a couple years ago, and I was like, I'm gonna try y'all gefilte fish since Manischewitz is trash, and theirs wasn't that good either. So I was like, dang, y'all hand make everything up in here, and this is garbage. So I just can't. I don't like it. I can't get with it. It's something about the taste and the texture, which is crazy because I'm a foodie. Like, I love being adventurous and trying different things, and I just can't get with it. All right, this is the last comment. It is from my Reacting to Content from Clown World episode 2. And the comment says, you say we're not going to be duped no more. Hopefully you're right. Apparently, Bill Gates is planning the next one. Simulation took place in Brazil, October 2022. Just like Event 201, which happened in October 2019. Hosted by Johns Hopkins and brought to you by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Another thing in the works is climate lockdowns. I think it started somewhere in the UK. Check out 15-Minute Cities. So basically what this person is stating is, one of the clips in there, they were talking about COVID was happening again, and it was a Dr. Fauci video we was reacting to. And I'm like, y'all not duping us no more. It's a scam. It's garbage. Like, we not with it no more. That's what they're referring to. I will say this. Most of us not falling for the okie doke no more. Okay? You're not about to use friends and family making you feel bad. You're not about to use jobs to go against. It ain't happening no more. It ain't happening. That's why when everything came out, it was like, oh, we never said it would stop the virus. We never said it would slow the spread up. And we have all the receipts of it. That's why they was like, please ask all of us for amnesty. No. F y'all. Like, y'all ruined a lot of people's lives. Like, that ain't happening. So, what they're talking about with Bill Gates, if you don't follow the stuff that he buys and puts his money into, because he's been buying up a lot of farmland too. He's been buying up a lot of farmland, and he's very big on trying to push out the fake meat that the vegans love to eat. That Beyond Meat BS nonsense. So, he mentioned before in interviews where he won't say we need to prepare ourselves if this was to happen again. He'll be like, oh yeah, you know, I put my money over here, so when it happens again, I'm good. Or he'll be like, it's about to happen again, so I put my money this way. So I'm already set when you guys have to deal with this in a year or two. He'll say stuff like that, and you'll be like, what you mean when we have to deal with this in a year or two? Why did you say that? Why did you say it? He'd just be blatantly saying it, smiling. He'd be over in Africa testing stuff out on like on Africans. It's a whole, I'm telling you, if y'all was to jump in that rabbit hole and go all the way down, you would see everything. You would see everything. But with that said, that's gonna be the end of our episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I say, I appreciate every last one of you guys that come here and you stay here. I don't know why you watch me, but so I'm very appreciative that you do and that you've decided to stick around. I love y'all, man. I actually pray for y'all every night. I don't know if I ever told y'all that, but I actually do pray for all of y'all every night. That's how much I care about y'all. But until next time, until the next video is going to be the update. So until then, I'm going to let y'all go. Okay? So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification. You already know what it is. Oh, and make sure you check the community tabs from time to time in case I have to update you guys over there. But with that said, until 3 p.m., you already know who it is. It's saying.